So looks like we got big news for 1590 Founders Edition, as well as 6,000 GPUs, the one that cost $30,000 or whatever. Looks like someone had finally been able to replicate the PCB that needs to be replaced on all of these cards due to a broken socket or the connector that you can see here. These boards will be available on eBay eventually, but seeing that someone took the initiative to replicate one of these is rather nice. So, though the price is a bit steep, but it is what it is. If we're talking, $6,000 GPU, $150 euro. So I'm guessing it's going to be shipped somewhere from Europe or possibly even from China. Hard to say. Though I would be more impressed if someone actually reverse engineered this, or maybe this is reverse engineered. I don't know. It looks too good to be non-authentic. So it could possibly be a leftover from a harvest operation like we've seen with the 4090s, flooding the market with coreless and memory-less boards that you see pop up on Facebook for dirt cheap, and then you go grab it for, $1,500 thinking you're bringing home a perfectly fine, brand new looking 4090 from MSI. Just to find out you got yourself a $50 worth of donor board. But who cares? We're going to be doing the repair today, and we're not going to be spitting our milk anytime soon. So heads up, looks like the solution is coming our way, and hopefully it's going to be 100% compatible and a working one, even if it costs a little bit more than I would be comfortable charging the customer for. But it is what it is. So let's go on with the repair. Hello Internet. I got this 4070, I think, from MSI. Yeah, it's a 4070, or what's left of it. The sticker is damaged. It came without the I/O plate, and it came with part of the cooler snapped off from the fence. Not a big deal. The big deal is when the board is 1/4 inch from side to side when it's sitting on a flat surface. Also, these two chips and this chip warming up unlike the other three. That's terrifying already. I'm guessing I'm just gonna be wasting my time here, but I'm gonna try to get the board flat, and I'm gonna try to lift the core and see what's under there. I'm imagining there's not gonna be anything good. So the thing is, how do you flatten the board? Well, first we need to remove the core, because the core is somewhat rigid, and so his symptoms are fans maxed out and obviously nothing on the screen, and as my test had shown, it is also no detect. So if I were to put weight now, as soon as the board relaxes and starts to give way under the weights, it will get ripped off from under the core, and obviously I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to remove the core without the weights, and then we'll see. So I'm just gonna put some flux under there. This is
The best flux.
Omega 559, very good flux, works absolutely amazing. As a universal flux, I would highly recommend it. If you're looking for anything highly specialized, you probably have to buy something highly specialized. But I have zero problems using this for anything, including reball, removal of the core, reballing the core, wicking the board off from mixing it with solder, with leaded, whatever, pretty much any kind of job, including micro soldering. I like the way this works with micro soldering. Probably the most top reason for micro soldering is because it cleans very easily. So a lot of times, and when I do like a pad repair, I would get flux stuck under the pad, and so it takes a lot of alcohol to clean it from under there. But with this, because it dissolves with alcohol so well, I could just swipe a couple of times with an alcohol swab, and it's super clean and ready to go for applying a mask. So yeah, definitely my go-to flux from now on, unlike
The best flux.
that we're forbidden to talk about. So in any case, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do and see what kind of damage we got. Customer really wanted to see the video, so I figured, nah, might as well. And he wanted this repair expedited, so I'm gonna get my expedite pay regardless of the outcome, so might as well entertain. Who cares? Well, there we have it. That's a reason for no fix. There's too much RIT pads in here. There's no way I can repair this. Even if I could, that repair would last probably no more than 10 minutes. So we're not gonna do that. The 3 memory chips that were unevenly warming up, also questionable. And the core itself is also questionable, so who knows if the core is even alive. Unfortunately, I do not have any 4070 boards that I could try, and I do not know if 4080 and 4070s are compatible. If I could try a 4080 board, for example, but I doubt, although it might be. It looks kind of similar, but I don't know. I will try if the customer ends up donating the card, so I can do some experiments and see. My guess is that the at least 3 chips for the memory are dead. I have to replace those. It would be basically experiment on at my own expense, but if it works, then that would be a good thing. Either way, I'm going to prep this core for a transplant or for return, whichever comes first. Let the customer know that today is not his lucky day. Hopefully this video was not traumatizing to a point where you would dislike it, though you probably could. But you have every right to do so. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't even know if the core itself is flat. I can probably check. We need to find something flat to put that core on and see if it rocks back and forth. Alright, this mirror here. Let's see if this mirror is flat. It should be, but I wonder if the core is flat. If the core rocks back and forth, it's gonna be a nightmare to set it on the board. And I think the core is okay. So the core is, there's a very little play, but I think the core can potentially be salvaged. Who knows? I won't know until I try. In any case, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.